Am I live? Wait, am I live?
Yep, looks
Wait, am
like
I
I am.
live? Okay, do not disturb
Yep, looks like
on
I am.
live. Cool. Okay, do not disturb. Yeah, right. Okay, greetings everybody. Uh, I know I said I'd stop streaming for a little while, and I will. But whenever I record a video, I say, why not why not just stream it, right? It's just better, right? Okay, but I gotta change something about my stream overlay. Um, what should what should I do? What should I do for a background for my stream? I know I'm doing this on stream right now, but you know. Hmm. Let's look up shadow generations. Maybe there's a cool screenshot we can use. I mean, there's cool fan art. Um, Title screen, action figure, more fan stuff. Yeah, nothing really. Sonic Frontiers Islands. How about that? Right. That is pretty cool. Although, how would it look like on my stream is the one thing I have to worry about. You know what? Download image. We're adding it to the overlay. I do not care anymore. Okay. Image. Um, if it would download, please. Why do I have so many images of one thing? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Come on. Did it not download? Or is it that I already have it downloaded? Maybe it's not in photo. Not here. Here, maybe? No. Here. No. Hmm. Must have not downloaded it. Hello, Richard Randy. And thank you. I hope your day's going well. I don't know why I decided to start stream right now. I'm trying to find a good background for my stream. I found one that could work for now, but looks like it didn't download. Getting ready for work as well as it can be. Understandable. Alright. Let's yes, okay, it downloaded finally. Okay. Uh right, I kinda want to make everything else a bit smaller. What is this locked here? No, it isn't. Okay. We need to bring this to the bottom. And then try to make it fit the entire screen, which is proving to be a tiny bit difficult. Should be overall good though. Yeah, I just want to make sure I can um I can have the screen being captured without me getting in the way. What are we doing? Uh, so we're gonna be playing Minecraft, but first I have to do a little bit of studying, you see. I'm gonna build something from this game. Storms are bad, like thunder is shaking your floor? Is your house grounded? Please tell me it is. Uh, I mean, there's thunder outside for me. Power flickered last night, but other than that, I'm safe and sound. Okay, let's go to Sunset Heights. I don't have any save data here. Do we have to? Maybe on my other file. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get out my other copy of the game. Yesterday the power went out for a split second. Yeah, it did for me too. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, I sure hope this doesn't interrupt stream tomorrow. Luckily, the internet came back within a couple minutes, so it was nothing too major. Okay, do we have any save data? Yes, we do. Okay. Let's see if we can get to Sunset Heights. Okay, so my idea for this stream is we're going to build Sunset Heights in Minecraft. Make it like a parkour course. Which means, of course, first we need to know what Sunset Heights looks like. Okay. Stage list. Sunset Heights. So, I know I'm probably not going to get it finished today, but my main idea is to just get a little course going, right? Okay. So, like, you see fire on either side, there's geysers. The geyser being in Minecraft was what really inspired me to start doing this. Some dash rings up here. School's in afternoon because of storms. Yeah, I'm also going to school in the afternoon, so like at 5 o'clock. So that's also one of the reasons why I decided to start stream early. I was just going to edit today, but I had this idea. Okay. A lot of stuff already. You know what? We're gonna take screenshots of everything we notice. Alright, so there's fire. Geysers. The house gets destroyed. More geysers. And then we got a huge slope. And then after that, a lot of boost rings and some dash panels down here. I need to see where each of these leads me, but then it drops down into here. To drop down into here. Geyser, enemy. I'm gonna be taking lots of screenshots. Okay, so there's a checkpoint right here. I think this is where we stop for now and switch to Minecraft. And we'll use those screenshots as reference. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. How long is it gonna take? Silly Minecraft updating right now. Oh, dude, I didn't even check my audio levels when I was playing Shadow Generations. Okay, well, it's fine. Doesn't matter now. 3 minutes? I can't do this. We have to start software, dude. Rage beating me? Yeah, and I hate it. Okay, so the question is, should we do a super flat? Or should we try to build it into the terrain of an existing world? That is the big question. Because I want to use the new required. Okay. Flat. Alright, I think that is a better idea. What do you mean it's now 16 minutes? Why? Why is it a required update? You should be able to play Minecraft of any version. You know what? I don't even care. I don't even care. Required. It's still required. I can't even start. Well, you know what that means. Wrong file. I'm getting rage baited even more every single second. Okay. Yep, we're just gonna play some Hollow Knight while we're waiting. So I can get even more rage baited. Wait. This is a very rage bait game. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. I also apparently died. Because I have 0 geo. Yep. Looks like I have died down there. I'd probably rage quit on this. Is audio good? I think it could be a bit louder. A bit quieter. Yeah, I think that's good. Gonna take a shower and then stream for like an hour. Hope you can play for an hour. Alright, sounds good to me. I mean, if you really want to, you could go for even more hours. Like how I usually stream for 4 hours. Also, I think I just clutched up. I didn't even know there would be spikes down here, dude. Oh, and I went the wrong way anyways. Okay. I died anyways. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. The school thing? Well, yeah, but for me that's like at 5, right? I don't know when it is for you, though. I mean, you said it was happening in the afternoon for you, right? So, I mean, like right now it's noon, so you have some time. Okay, well, hear my dead body. There it is. You don't know that's a thing? Ooh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Is it close yet? Not even. Minecraft is halfway done doing its update thing. That's required for some reason. I still think that's very strange, unless it's like a game-breaking feature that they're fixing. Ow. I don't want to die. It's like Minecraft, why? Yeah, exact. Like, I don't understand it. That's right. You're in a way. You're in a way. You scared. You scared. Yeah. Okay. Man, the stream turned out to be anything but what it should have been. Anyways, be right back. Alright, see you later. I feel like I've been here before, but... Baba indeed. Yeah, no, I've definitely been here before. I don't know why it's saying I haven't been. I guess I just forgot to save or something. I hear a heart beating. I don't think that's normal. Ooh. Ow. I should make making progress in Hollow Knight a redeem. Oh. Ow. If I'm not careful, I may die. It's not very nice. I don't like dying. Ah! Right. The one time I thought I was safe. Ow. Ooh. Stepped on my foot. Distant village. Oh boy. Wait, yeah, I've been here. I remember this. And they trap you and then they kidnap you and then you beat them up. Right? Yeah, I've totally been here before. Is it done yet? Oh, it is! Okay, well, as soon as I find a save point, I guess. Um. What a predicament. Not sure exactly how to get out of here. Oh, you just press the Y button. Okay. Yeah, I've been here before. I just probably forgot to save. Ow. I need to find a bench. Some junk. Do it again, I dare you. That's right. Down it goes. Ooh. Double whammy. Oh, come on. Okay, well, this is where the fake worm is gonna be, right? Because I've been here before. Just die! Okay, okay. Okay, he's not a faker. Should have seen that coming. Okay, well, you just go past him. Now we're up higher. Ooh! That did some damage. Okay, okay. Okay, okay, we got him, we got him. We can move on now. Huh. Alright, is this all the crazy stuff that happens? Like I see, I'll sent into another dimension and then I die, but then I don't. Bound for brood for child. Huh. Can we do that again? Except this time there's a bench, please. Yeah, this looks like progress. Can we... Oh, right, we have to do this. I'm not sure if I'm getting the bad ending, but... Oh. Yeah, I think we can say we've made some progress. Can I have a bench now? Can I use this bench? No. Crap. I'm not sure which way to go to get back to where I was, so I'm just gonna keep on going this way. Cool. Oh, that's the end though. Okay. Back to where we were. Almost. We still have to deal with this guy. Oh. Okay. Okay. Whoa, okay. Didn't the other guy do that? Every time I try to heal, man. Okay, well, I need to find a bench. Okay, I'm going back, I'm going back. What will this do, though? We can't do anything from where we were, right? Yeah, no. I need a bench. I can't find a bench. Okay, well, it's fine, because we can go the other way, right? Right, this way. Where there's even more money that I didn't ask for. Bench! Cool. Okay, back to Minecraft. Okay. That place stressed me out. Alright, well, in any case, yeah, back to Minecraft. Well, technically, we're not even going back to Minecraft because we just got to Minecraft. Let's wait for us to sign in. Bro. No, I don't. Okay, let's just play the game, man. Just in time for Minecraft? Nice. Okay, create new world. Create new world. Okay. Let's just name it super flat. Unless we got a funnier name for it. Creative. Hard because yes. Flat. Yeah, classic flat. Spread, CNT explodes, mob loot, generation. Win. Multiplayer is off. Cheats. Always day. Keep inventory. Turn off mob spawning. And mob griefing. Command blocks, yep. Okay. I think that's it. Is Minecraft too loud? I should probably turn off music. I probably should have thought of that. Okay, we're turning off music is the first thing we're doing in this world. Audio. Music goes all the way down. Okay, what are we starting with? Well, let's look at our first screenshot. Okay, a highway, right? Let's just make a basic highway for now. All right, so what block should we use for the bricks? Probably just like bricks, right? Uh, that should be enough, right? Yeah. And then, oh no, those are infested. We don't want that. Um, Man, there's so many bricks now. Okay, bricks. Is that all we need? Let's look at the other parts of the floor. Okay, so it looks like it's... Are those bricks red? And it's like orangish tiling? I said that we could just use bricks for both of these. Or like, yeah, something like that. Ooh, wait, Cinnabar would be perfect. Okay. We need to change our FOV. This is weird. Not general. Why does it have to load the settings? Video. Thank you. FOV. Maybe turn that down a bit. Okay. So generally it's a pretty wide highway, right? I'd say this is a bit short, don't you think? I mean, obviously it's longer. You know, something like about this long. But as far as wide goes, I mean, this could work. But I think we need it to be just a bit wider, just a bit. We're not gonna build the highway right here. Gonna build it up in the sky so we can do those huge slopes and all that. You think this is not enough? Hmm. Maybe one more? So for now, I just kind of want to get the basic idea of this whole thing. So for making this wide, I feel like these should also be a bit wider too, but then I'm thinking this is a bit too wide. Yeah, this is too wide. We're definitely good like this. Right. Okay, this isn't even the exciting part yet. Okay. Uh yeah, we're like only a couple blocks away from bedrock. So I wouldn't want to make the slope into the void, seeing as how we can't even build in the void. So let's pillar up. Man, this is so easy. I think that's high enough. It's a lot less high than it looks. Maybe a bit higher, actually. Yeah, that high is good. Okay, then, so what we need to do, we need to basically copy what's down here exactly. So from here it's 2 out, and then does the red. 1 out, and then it does the red. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot dashing a certain direction doesn't make you dash that way. Right, okay. Now we can break all of this. And I think the cinnabar is a bit too red. I definitely want like that kind of a block, but I think it's way too red. So we gotta pick something else for that color. Come on. Uh, okay. Well, apparently my aim's terrible today. Um, that is completely fine. Okay, so here is our Sunset Heights. Very impressive, I know. Okay. I feel like this is too orange, though. Yeah, it doesn't exactly work, in my opinion. Yeah, it's too bright, too bright. Okay. Let's just kind of look through these blocks, see which one I like. It's got that kind of orangish, kind of reddish hue. Do you think it'd be good just to like do like normal bricks, like clay bricks? I mean, you're seeing a lot of blocks down here. Maybe, ooh, maybe copper? Copper could work. I mean, here are all the building blocks, right? Tons of decorative stone, quote unquote. And then there's bricks. How would bricks look on the side, I wonder, instead of in the middle pathway? I mean, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's take a look at that screenshot again. Yeah, I'd say that fits. That fits. So one of the main things about this build that I'm gonna like is the geysers and how to make a little bit of game design with those. So let's find the blocks we need. I think we need potent sulfur, wherever that is. Where would it be? Opens the copper. That's a lot of copper. Planks, decorative stone. May see some sulfur. Maybe it's in, yeah, it's nature, I think. No, I was gonna look it up. So we have sulfur and potent sulfur. So all I know is that it has to be like in water, right? I think that's how this works. We're gonna place down one potent sulfur to see what happens. Okay, let's get some water. Ooh, spooky. Look at this. Yeah, this is my favorite part about Minecraft. Yeah. Join us in the nauseous hot tub. Okay, what's this do? Anything else? No? Okay. Interesting. No geyser. Do we need magma? Oh, maybe redstone. Is this gonna do it? Block of redstone. Nope, okay. Uh, how about some lava or magma? Where's magma? Just gonna search for it as well. Magma. Okay, let's try lava. Crap. Oh, boom! What do you know? Now, is this a constant geyser? I think it is. So what happens if we remove the water? It all stops. Lava doesn't work either. Okay. Is it just with potent sulfur? I wonder. Looks like it. It also looks like you don't get nauseous in the lava variant. Unless it's just when there's potent sulfur, it gets nauseous. Yep, okay, that's how it works. Okay, so what about magma? That's also hot. Does it make it do it periodically? And can we control that? It does not go periodically. Cool. It is just... Okay. That's where that is. Okay. It is just lava and it makes it constant, I think. And it looks like it also works like how it does in Shadow Generations, which is nice. Other than you can move out of it. Okay, so I'm gonna look up how to power geysers in Minecraft. A magma block with a potent sulfur block. Okay, so magma does work periodically, it just takes a little while. Continuous geysers with lava. Okay, so we know how geysers work now. So let's break all of this, make it back to how it was. Drop all this. Man, I kind of made a mess with the lava and water thing, didn't I? Oh, yeah. Just a little bit. Yeah, let's fix this mess. And then we'll, continue on to Sunset Heights. Okay, that looks like that's it for that. Let's make this highway a bit longer. This doesn't exactly look like a highway. Okay, this is looking a little bit long. Let's add the brick sides and see how it looks. Not bad so far. I think next we can add our first little bit of thing, right? Speed boosters. How do we do that? A way to boost your speed could be pushing with slime blocks, right? Help me out here. Maybe a knockback? No. I don't want to be taking damage when I'm boosting, right? All those, we could do a minecart ride. That would be pretty interesting, actually. I mean, how fast is a minecart down a slope? Because I've heard minecarts are pretty slow, but down a slope, I'm sure it's a bit faster, right? I was thinking we could do powered rails for boosting those little boost panels. Yeah, how fast is that? Pretty fast. I think is it still a thing with the minecarts and the features they were testing out with how fast they can go? Is that still a thing? Because I could activate that. I feel like that would be very interesting. Although I don't know how I'd do. We could make it a minecart ride, but then it'd be pretty lame as far as the geysers go, which is the whole idea for this thing. Unless, hold up, let's make a little course for our minecart to go on. Let's get the necessary materials, including potent sulfur and lava. Okay. So if we make a geyser here, will it push the minecart in the way we want it to? Okay, let's add the rails. I feel like this ain't gonna work because of just where it is. Um, hey, we don't need all this actually. Okay, let's push the minecart. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, well, let's make a little wall here. Oh, it went just hurtled right over the wall. Okay, okay. Let's try one more time. Okay, now let's try from higher. How's it gonna look if it's like from here? Will the momentum carry it even higher? Let's find out. Ooh, looks like it kind of more or less slows it down. Okay. Let's increase this length to here as well. Add some more lava. Where did it go? Oh, it just went off to the side? Or was it in there and I pushed it? Okay, well, that was not how I planned it. Okay, it bounces a little bit. Then it starts to lose its momentum? It looks like it's gaining momentum. This is weird. Hmm. We could make a quite a weird mine court mine court minecart track. We could do that. Uh and still have it like you're reacting and moving, but I guess if we want to go for speed, we can do that. But I'm thinking we want parkour rather than that, right? At least that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think we drop all this stuff. Um, put this in our inventory for later. Okay, so the next mechanic, rings. How do we tackle that? What even are rings? Like, okay, rings help you to take an extra hit, but they're also just like your collectible coins, right? So something that we can easily just pick up, but also some kind of defense? How do we do that? Maybe like one durability leather armor? No, but even then it's just armor, you know? Maybe the more of a certain thing you collect, you get stronger armor. We do that with command blocks. We could. Slash give. I think just command block, right? I don't know, something similar to this is the command. Give player target item name. Man block. Okay. So there's definitely a space in there, I think. Right. Okay. We'll just... The command list is so useless. Okay. Well, what's the setting button do? Oh, that's cool. Okay, but not what we need. Slash give. Let's just type in co. Okay, what's the command? I need to search this up. What's the command block giving command? Command underscore block. Cool. Slash give command. It makes sense that there's no space. Underscore block, but it's still rage bait. What do you mean at manned block? Slash give com. Google lied to me. Okay, well, it doesn't matter right now. We can think of something else, right? Think of something else. Oh, wait, we could do like win charges for boosts, right? How much would this boost me if I got a dispenser? And a redstone block or a lever. Man, where's the redstone section? Okay. That didn't do much. Right, okay, well, let's get out more wind charges. It might have just been the angle I was at. Right, we need a lever. We need a lever and some redstone dust. Right, it needs to be facing it. This is one of the reasons why I hate redstone. Why can't you just face... okay. Well, you can... Right, it does that. Just put it over here. Doesn't look like it's sending me the right way. Yeah, why is it sending me that way? Maybe if it were just a block above? Excuse me. Oh, okay. Let's put that back in there. I mean, why is it sending me this way? Is the question. I mean, if I'm going forward and I get hit by this, yes, I get launched. But if I'm not jumping during that time, it just hits me and nothing happens. Right? Gives me a small boost by the looks of it. But it isn't noticeable by any means. It's also flicking the lever, which I think is pretty funny. Um, okay. So it appears that we have a problem with the wind charges and how they work. I just jumped over it. Like, that didn't even hurt me. Didn't even move me. And when it does launch me, I get launched up as well. So I don't think we can do wind charges. What else can boost the player other than slime blocks? Because I feel like that'd be... I don't know, I feel like it'd be, clunky. Like it wouldn't hit the player if they just were keep on running. I guess you could stop the player in place for a second and then hit them and then release the blocks around them. I'm not very good at redstone. I don't know how that would work. Let's see how far it launches me with just the piston and slime block. I'm not very good at redstone at all, so let's see how this turns out. Huh? Excuse me. Redstone block, you're supposed to power things. Oh, right, it's because of this stuff. Well. Okay, that boosts you quite a way. Let's get some obsidian and see how that works, because I know it can't be pushed by slime or pistons. So if I were running and I hit this lever, yeah, it looks like it could be a pretty good speed boost. Now the only problem is trying to figure out how to make it go up and then hit you. Nonetheless, like, actually hit you. Okay, well, gonna need to brainstorm a bit harder for this one. Let's make a little platform over here to do this one. proof of concept, I think, is the main thing here. We need a pressure plate or some string or something, right? Or maybe a detector. Something that can detect us walking on a certain spot. I feel like pressure plate won't work, right? Because it'll just get destroyed by the piston mechanism anyways. Oh! Does that even... It powers this, but... Hmm. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think... Yeah. But if it's on top of the redstone, it should... No, not even then? Okay. Man, redstone's weird, dude. Okay. So, in any case, even if we got that working, it can't be a pressure plate. Because it'll just get... I mean, let's pull out the pressure plate just to show. Alright. So, pressure plate. Slime block. Piston. Um... Yeah. This would be like a one-time boost. Would it... Would you also get your pressure plate back if you're just Wait, wait. This could be strats. Every time you get boosted, you just pick up the pressure plate again. So at the beginning, you're given one pressure plate to boost with. That's like your boost. Or like you're given 10 just in case you lose one or more. I mean, we could do a lot if the player had a pressure plate, right? Yeah, we could do that, right? I feel like that could work. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's break this over here because we're testing over here. Right, so the player is dropped onto the track like so. Like so. But the player themselves isn't launched fast enough to just automatically pick up the pressure plate. They need to be running, is the thing. Which could be a problem. Or we could find out some other way to detect someone going places, right? Like we could have some string, pretend this is string. Could have some string set up like here, and then the repeater waits and then we get pushed by the slime blocks. But that requires calculation on whether they're running or not. It sounds a bit confusing. I want it to be kind of automatic is the thing. I don't want it to be like they have to place down an oak pressure plate and then they have to pick it up, you know? Skulk, right? Would that work? Because it wouldn't break. If you run over a certain part, it pushes you. But I'm not sure how to calibrate that so it's just like one area. And more importantly, if I'm already running and the piston comes behind me, will it still push me? And while we're at it, let's also make some redstone up here. And a lever. So it doesn't push you very far on its own, but when you jump, it pushes you to full length. Yes. But what if it's just this and I jump? I just stand on it. So what if it's just this and I jump? I get launched just as far. But if I'm standing still, I get launched just as far. But if I'm crouching, I get launched just as far. Okay. So it looks like the one on the bottom is useless. Because only the top one matters. So if we stand... Which means that we have to somehow get the piston up here. We don't need these anymore. Just replace that with that. So we need to somehow get the piston up here. This means that we could do this idea. Does that give me any real boost? I think so. But again, it's pretty insignificant. Now, if I were to jump, yeah. So I think we could do this with your pressure plates or string. I feel like string is the better option here. Although pressure plates is more like the boost panels because it really depends on where you step. Oh, we definitely want to make them stone pressure plates. We're not actually doing it, but still. Okay. How are we going to get this to work? And the second question is, do we need to make it look good? Okay, well, let's pretend that it's in here, just on the ground. And when I step on this, it powers something below that will push this upwards. Oh, it really doesn't want to go up, huh? Ah! There we go. Okay. So, push this, and it just pushes this. which means that we would need 2 pistons in order to push them both. But what would happen with the slime block if I tried to push it? I think it's not pushing the slime block because then it would push everything around it and it's too much for the piston to handle. Yes, it pushes everything around it. But it's not that it was too much to handle. This one, it picks up all the blocks around it, is the problem. Now we could solve this problem by pushing it back while it's extended. Yes. At the same exact time. Okay. So that is one way we could do it. We could make the slime block appear out of the ground. Any other ideas we could do for this? I mean, this is really the best idea I got. But if we want it to be hidden, it needs to be down here. In which case we need to push it from down here, and let's see how that would work. Right, so it looks like we need to also push that one. Huh. Okay, this is interesting. This is where it gets interesting. Right. So let's cover all of this. Except for the piston and the slime block. And we activate it. What happens then? It goes up. But then goes back down with the other blocks. So what happens if we were to push it twice? So we put a piston under this one as well. And push this one first. So it goes up. And then we have to power this one now. And then it goes up again with all the other blocks. So we still have the same problem now. Except now it's worsened because when we put back the pistons... Oh, wait. So it goes back to how it usually is after this entire thing. Right. Because this does not carry the slime block with it. Okay. So we still have the problem of these other blocks getting carried up with it. So, I mean, how do we really fix this problem is the question. Okay. Well, let's abandon this slime block idea for now and try to brainstorm something else. We could go back to wind charges, but use more. I don't know exactly how we do that, though. Right, that gives me a huge boost. But we need to think differently and see if we can come up with anything else. What other things can push the player? Water can, but it's not very fast. Ooh, wait, maybe just a dispenser with a swiftness potion. Although, it should be like a sudden boost that's controlled, right? I don't know, man. Maybe do swiftness potions for boosts? For like the boost mechanic? Except then, you get boost from collecting rings and destroying enemies, right? Like, I could just spawn a zombie in with a swiftness potion. And that's that, right? And you use it to keep your boost. Right, so we get the zombie, get the swiftness potion. We're gonna use this one because it lasts the least amount of time, I think. Oh, wait. That one lasts even less. Oh. Could use this for boost. Right. Give him a swiftness arrow. Wait. Zombies? What are you doing? Dumb thing. Do zombies pick up items? I thought they did. Is it only armor and weapon? I thought they picked up any item. It's gonna be a bit more difficult than I thought. Okay. I think that idea was a bust. We can force them to hold items, but I don't want to use command blocks, really. It hurts my head. Even just thinking about it. Okay, what other things can boost the players? We have snowballs, which do a little bit and more consistently. Right? Because it should act the same way it does against mobs. So, like, for example, let's get out an Iron Golem. Oh, wait, these guys are actually kind of beefy. Yeah, they don't take as much knockback. They don't take any knockback, actually. Please. Thank you. Got knocked back that time. Oh wait, does it include momentum? Is that change how fast something gets launched by a snowball? Looks like that guy got launched. No, I think it's just because I ran into him, yeah. Okay. Alright, Iron Golem, bad example. Creeper. Right, so if we launch him a whole bunch with snowballs, it looks like they have iframes for it. But if we launch him a bunch with a wind charge, it seems to have been acting differently. Yeah, it makes them launch upwards. But at head level, makes them launch forwards. And then at the bottom of their feet, yep, it makes them launch super high. So it depends on where you hit them. Is that also true for, like, just straight up punching? I don't think so, no. Okay. Well, I'm confused as to how we go about this. Do I still have speed? I don't think I do. Okay, what other ways do we have to launch the player? I mean, there's entity cramming. I think the piston idea is just the best. Yeah. Wait, ADHD? What do all the horns sound like? We have ponder. Hmm, that's a good one. Okay. We have sling. Ba-da-ba. And then we have seek. Well, that's not cheerful at all. Feel. That's weird. Okay. Admire. That's just a guy groaning. Call. Why do we have... Okay. That's me right now. And then dream. Just a guy humming. Man, the horns kind of suck. Okay. Anyways. What other features do we have? Hmm. Minecart's just a lame cop-out option, in my opinion, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking now. I suppose we'll just do that piston idea. Okay. So that is how we will tackle boosts, the little boost pads. As for dash rings, how do we do that? Maybe with Riptide? Hmm. What about the dash rings? Should we do for those? I'm thinking maybe a Lytra or dash or like Riptide for the dashing. I'm not thinking a Lytra is a good idea. Maybe have it rain in certain spots. I mean, hold up. Let's get a Riptide Trident. Let's search for Riptide actually, because there's way too many. There are way too many enchanting books. Riptide 1, 2, and 3. We'll make 3 separate tridents to test them out for this. Okay, and lastly we need an anvil. Oh, come on. Okay. Actually, we'll need a couple more tridents. Alright, let's try this. So, Riptide 1. Riptide 2. And Riptide 3. And we have a water bucket in our inventory. So let's test this out. Let's do slabs instead. It'll be easier. Or trapped signs. Signs are the best for this. Come on, I didn't try to... Okay, it's fine. You. Oh, it's ugly. Cool, cool. Okay. Riptide 1. So that is if we go to the edge of the water. Yep, still about the same. And if we go up, that is pretty high. Now let's try Riptide 2. That's very high. And Riptide 3, super high. Okay. So the question is, how fast do we want them to go with this? I'd say Riptide 1 is pretty good, although Riptide 2 maybe. It's really just like a one block of difference. I think this could also be good for other things. I don't know. We'll keep it in mind. Uh, I don't I don't think I really like this all that much. Although, what if we instead have like a little thing of water up here? Do the droplets count as me touching water? I don't think they do. But there are droplets underneath a block with water in it, right? Yes, but it doesn't count as wet. Okay, well, I still don't know why they haven't updated the tridents to be more like spear. Anyways, let's try dripstone, because that fills up containers, I think, right? Oh, come on. Okay. And then, yep, just cover this up and then put water above it. I hope this doesn't work. If it does, I'd actually be kind of mad. Yeah, okay, that's good. We could just make them wet with command blocks, I suppose. Touching water, true. I don't know. I need that. Not you again. Okay, okay. I don't know how to deal with this, man. Maybe maybe we just make a minecart track, actually. Yeah, I feel like that is the best option here. Unfortunately. Okay. Oh, let's make this centered then. I guess we're doing a minecart ride. Can still make it pretty cool. Okay, let's get minecart and rail and all that. Minecarts, rails, powered rail. We could do activator rails for rings and like have it so if you go over a certain part of the track, it activates something. Like activates more boost panels. That would be kind of difficult to do, but I think we could do it. Okay. Wood and stone button. I forget the difference. Other than one can be hit by objects. Huh, 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 huh. Okay, so this lasts for less. So I think it is good to have oak buttons. And also just powered rails that are just powered for the boost panels instead. I ain't going down there. Okay. Yeah, I think we do minecarts. That is pretty doable. Okay, and when does it start losing its boost around here? We will have parts where we'll have to press a button, but I think for boost panels, we just do that with these. How far away is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think after this, we start the actual level. Okay. We haven't gotten past the first screenshot yet, but I think we are getting close. Okay. So we have already running at the beginning. Then you collect rings. And then there's a turn. Then from there, it's a huge drop off. Not really much to be said other than that for now. I think we just do the slope. Go up into the slope until now. Okay, so we've just started. We're going. And we start collecting rings about here. So we could do activator rails here. Let's just represent that with bricks for now because I'm too lazy. Or actually, get out the rails. I'll do that actually. Okay, so when a minecart goes over these, it doesn't activate. That's wrong. Does it have to be activated and a minecart goes over it? Oh yeah. Okay. Rings are here. What do we do for the rings? How do we make rings happen? Something along the track that can help us. In the game, it gives you defense and more boost, right? Mainly defense is the thing with rings. I think we just do the rings later. I think that is what we do. We do it later. Let's get lava down there actually, so we don't have to deal with all that. And it's gonna turn this way, right? So let's add a lot more lava. Alright. I think by right here even, I think we could do the turn. Okay, so it's one, two, it's like 5 bricks wide, right? So if we're doing this, that'd be about this much, which would put this here. Right, because it goes over once, then it goes over once again. And then it goes straight for a little bit. That's how I did it, at least. Just trying to make everything consistent. Yes, I think this is coming along quite nicely, I'd say. But then this is where the road continues to be. I think this works for the most part, other than looks. It should go a bit more in certain places. Other than that, I think this is going along pretty nicely. Indeed, I would say so. Yeah, it definitely just needs to be thicker. Okay, let's see how this feels. Okay, well, I was kind of off with the lava. That's fine, I'm sure the game won't crash. See, the turn feels a little bit not tight, but I also think that's how it kind of feels in the game. You're still kind of going forward when you're making this turn. Right? Yeah, it's like not a very sharp turn. And not very long afterwards, you get this huge drop off or the option to go up. So we go on for a little bit longer, And then we go way all the way down. I'd say like a couple more blocks further. And then we do the drop off. And we got to figure out how to make the different paths. We don't have to worry about boost rings anymore because we can just make us fast instead. Yeah, so for now we're going to get the basic course done, and then after that we're going to do a whole bunch of decorating. I feel like this part is a bit short, but we can always fix that later. And the thing about this stage too is that it kind of keeps these bricks on the side the entire time. It doesn't really change that. Not in that way, at least. I'd say we make it like not like complete steep, like add some flat parts to it to make it a bit less steep. Cause like, you know, he's not going down a wall. It's like right here, it'd be a nice platform. For a couple of seconds, and then it'd go straight back down. Right? Let's see how this feels. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I think we got something going here. I'd love to make it like parkour based, but I don't think I can really. I think I should probably make my own thing if I'm gonna make a parkour based level. And it kind of goes down like super steep, and then kind of just flattens out, or does it go back up? I think it goes up a little bit. By the looks of it, yes, it does go up a little bit. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, why is it raining? When did it start raining? I wasn't gone for that long. We'll use the going back up to our advantage to make sure we don't go down too low. Guess it thought, oh, it's storming outside. It's gonna storm in game 2. You get no sunshine. think we go for a little bit longer, and then we kind of flatten out like about here, go up a little bit, and then straight downfall. Ooh, wait, I got an idea. For like sections like these, it can be a minecart, but then afterwards it can be like level based. Like when it go, like you walk around, just some automated parts are in minecarts. So like this entire beginning part would be on a minecart, and then you'd have this where it starts to not be a minecart and you just go around. We could do that. I feel like that is better because there's no boost panels here. It's just level. Oh, there are some boosts things, but yeah, I think we're gonna start this level with the minecart and then turn it into playing the game. I've been struck by genius. Or I could make none of this an actual minecart track. And just make the entire thing level. Isn't it like if you get struck by uh splash potion? Depends on how far away you are from it, how long the effect's gonna last. I feel like that's a big thing. I feel like that's the thing that exists. If that is, then we can use that to our advantage. I feel like that's low enough, and then we flatten out. It better not like be another huge drop off, or else I may be cooked. I might go to the void. It's obviously not like super flat here. I'm just making it flat. Just get kind of an idea. Um, right, let's try this. No idea what's coming up next. And you're like, oh, we're running out of track. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's real great. I don't know. It doesn't look as steep as I want it to be. Maybe just keep on going? Keep on going down? I don't know, because it's super steep in the game. Like, super steep. Well, let's break this and see how, just like, place some blocks to where you think it should end. As far as steepness goes. Is that, is that good? Somewhere around the middle of this, and then we branch out. So, like, Right here? No, that feels wrong. Maybe a bit lower. I mean, that feels way too steep. That feels way too steep. I think I got the distance, though. I mean, it's like... Nah... I'd say, like, somewhere around here? Like, feeling it out running around is much different than the minecart itself. I think we just do the stage first, and then the whole minecart shenanigans later if we still feel like it. I mean, I guess this is a good height. Sunset height. Yeah, yeah, right about here is where my mind is agreeing it should be. Is there an undo button? I think it was right here. Let's just see how that feels. Like about here, I'd say. It's back where the road should be starting again. Because any of this is way too low or far. Of course, this isn't going to be where the drop off is, I know that. It's like right here. So it should return to normal. Yeah, I think that works. Uh-oh, I hear thunder outside, not in Minecraft. Um, yeah. Sure hope power doesn't go out. If it does, that'd be catastrophic. I would put up song requests, but like we're in the editing of the video, I think, when I'm trying to edit this VOD. Okay, well, we got the spot where it stops the steep hill. Finally. Let's feel it out with the minecart now that we've kind of done it with the running around. Let's just stop it here so it doesn't fall off the edge again. I like that. With the minecart as well. Yeah. Okay. Then we go straight for a little while. I feel like these long straight sections should just be done with minecarts. I feel like it's more exciting that way. Okay, I feel like around here, you can start building a little small slope up. And then the big drop off. That destroys the minecart. The activator rail earlier was kind of messing up the minecart. Will it do that if I just place this here? I don't think it. I don't think it does. I think it just slows it down. Yeah, I think that's just when it detects something. We could build a mechanism that destroys the minecart, but I feel like it's better if it just drops off and the minecart is gone. Okay, well, let's make the minecart go whoop. A small slope, remember? And then, just like that, it goes all the way down. Right? Let's see how this looks. With the bare minimum on how fast the minecart will go up this slope before falling off. If we start from the beginning of the track. Now, if we're not holding forward, same amount of time. Cool. I like this. I like this. I think this is good. This is fine. Cool. And then the big drop off. And then we get out of the minecart. I don't know how this wall's built, though. That's one thing I don't know. I think I know how the road's built, but not the walls. I think it's just like brick walls, like this. I think we could do that. But keep these as normal stone bricks. I think we're on to something. No, keep these as stone bricks too, because I'm lazy. Okay, let's see how this looks and feels. With the mine carts. And then we'll see how it looks and feels while running. And then we have to somehow get boost panels with a different course that goes faster in that way. Cool. Really cool. Okay. Let's see how this fares with just running. I mean, I feel like that's okay, but for sections like that, yeah, minecart is definitely the way to go. Okay, that's awesome. First section complete almost. Um, I feel like having active powered rails and a button you have to press would be pretty cool. So like for right here, it would be then there'd be buttons on the side that you try to press to gain some more speed for a while. Crap. Like in here, have a powered rail with a button. It's like have it in threes. I guess these are kind of like the rings now, I suppose. I like that. And how they're difficult to get. However, one thing, what if we just made like a line of how do we do the boost rings that are above this slope? That's the one thing. We could just make a faster upper path, but I don't know. Wait, is that does that make you slower if you don't Do power rails make you slower if you don't press the buttons? Is that a thing? I think it is. I never knew that. So hold up. If I try pressing the buttons, it puts me back up to full speed. Something fishy going on here. I mean, I thought that could be a nice way to add some skill to the game, as far as when you're in a minecart, but if it's just gonna make you slower if you're bad, I don't like that. Not one bit. Okay. Well, it is starting to look a lot more like the place I was basing it off of. Um, Sunset Heights from Sonic Forces. I don't know. I guess that idea's out the window, huh? I think for now we just make these activated. Just in case someone's not holding forward here. And then we just drop off into an actual level. Okay. I'm gonna need to brainstorm to figure out how to do the boost rings above. And then you move on to the level. Now, in the game, there is another option you can do. You can jump here, and then you go into a bunch of boost rings that end you up like right here. So how do we do this in Minecraft? I got an idea. What if we try the piston thing from earlier, but it's launching us upwards instead? What if we put a detector rail somewhere? So I think activator rails just does stuff to the um, actual minecart itself, but detector rails are different. Okay, well, what if you hit this button and then that would, if I get some redstone, or maybe even just a redstone torch. How do you deactivate a redstone torch, by the way? Do you just like have another one underneath it? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So then, what happens if we use a button on it? I'm wondering. Okay. So we could have a deactivated redstone torch. The button activates it. So let's put this here. Wait, it keeps the rail on too? Oh, that's awesome. Wait, wait, wait. Okay. Deactivate this. Okay, it doesn't keep the rails on these ones for some reason. But does the minecart still go off its rails if you go here, place redstone torch? Hold up. Oh, it stays on it though. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hmm. I really thought that this could work. It looks like it stays on the track though. So what if we somehow de like derail this thing or destroy the minecart? Can you destroy a minecart with the player still inside and force him out of the minecart? Hmm. Well, notice that the rails also go up with the blocks, but not down for some reason. I can't rack my brain hard enough to figure out why right now, but I think we can use this to our advantage. So, like, for example, we could have... Well, let's get rid of the slime block first. So this is where we need it to be, right? So then we could push this one up and this one up. And then this one up. And then from there, we'll have some barrier blocks that have the rail on it that do the path of the normal track. Except it's doing the path of the boost rings. I think that is plausible. I think we can do that. So I need to give myself a command, not command, barrier block. Give at p barrier underscore block. Okay. Let's look up the command for that then. Okay. Command for giving myself barrier block bedrock. Give at S barrier. Cool. What if we just do give barrier? Right. We can't do that. slash give at s barrier. Nice. Okay. That means it'll just look like floating rails when you don't have a barrier block in your hand. Right, so this is what it actually is, but this is what it will look like. And before pressing the button, this is what it'll look like. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Put it into... Alright, I think we press the button back here, and then it pushes up our blocks. So we need to mark these blocks with... I'd say we could mark them with bricks. Yes. Mark the blocks that need to be moved with bricks, at least. Okay. Now we can get started with the whole pistons thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20, 21. Oops. That was my last one. One. Yep. Cool. Okay, awesome. Barrier blocks are... I mean, yeah, we could just pick block. Or do the command again. Okay, so we want a sticky piston. I don't think we need slime blocks anymore. Right, we're gonna want redstone. Actually, we do want a button to test it out. So this only needs to go up by 1 block. And this by 2, which means that both of these pistons down here will be needed. Okay. What doesn't go back down? We need levers, actually. I think those will be quite useful in testing. Awesome! It works, it works. But then as soon as we detract these... Right. And this would go here, and just be gone. Alright. Cool. Now we just gotta figure out a way to activate these using this button. It should be easy. Where's the button? Right here. I think redstone torches would be useful here. Although a bit running out of space. So like if we were to give this power, nothing would happen. Okay, redstone torches are useless. Right. Okay. And then this can be wired up to here. And we'll split off to also hit these spots. And we'll see how this works out. Oh, come on. Ravenna, you can see fire and the night's too fast for you. Okay. Let's see how this works. This piston does not get activated. Which means either we need to put the redstone somewhere else, which would... I don't think we can do that. I think we need repeaters. No, because even if I activate this one first... Like, let me get out a repeater, if I remember how it works. Like, let's make this one slower. Right? This happens. Let's try to make it a bit less slow. Maybe just by 1 tick. No. Let's try it again. It's still... Like, before, when it's right here, it does go up all the way. How does this work? This only goes up by 1. This thing needs to get activated first. Which means we just do that, right? That was weird. Now this one gets activated, but this one doesn't. But this does get activated, but this piston doesn't. Why? Let's use a lever instead of a button. I feel like that'll be better. Can a piston not push a pushed piston? An extended piston, at least? Maybe that's the case? Yeah, because if I... This does absolutely nothing. Okay. which means we need to do this one first, actually. And then activate this one somehow when it's up right here. Let's place a redstone block here and see how that would work out. Assuming... Yeah, hold up. Make this one slower. I think that's how that works, at least. Yes, this works. But then it doesn't go back. This redstone line we don't need. I don't think, at least. Because let's put this back to where it was. And then this one should extend as well. We can use this, you can do this with a redstone block, except we need the redstone block we need the redstone thing to somehow deactivate before this one pulls back. So this needs to deactivate, and then that one needs to pull back. Redstone hurts my brain. Okay. That is what we want. This is the position we want it to be in. And when it finishes, we want it to be back here. And then we need to also make sure that when it pulls back, that this piston pulls back again. But I'm sure that that'll be easy. Maybe redstone torch is called for here. And then somehow deactivate the redstone torch. Even though we can't do that with a redstone line. Let me look this up. How to activate or deactivate a redstone torch. You must power the solid block it is attached to. Okay. I think I understand it now. It's too compact to do that. Maybe with a little bit of redstone magic here. No. We can still do this like this, though. Just in case it runs out. Redstone repeater. Okay, then. And then this redstone torch will deactivate when it does this. Which means we need this to be reversed. Meaning that we have to make this powered. Is a comparator the answer? I heard it subtracts things, but I don't know how to use it other than that. Let's try it at least. Let's put it right in front of the block it needs to be at. Does it at least power Oh, wait. Oh. I was so close, man. So close. Okay. We are getting closer. Okay. This powers correctly. But this does not stop. Which means we have to somehow power this. Okay, well now this is just confusing. What? Huh? 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 This is all going at the same speed, right? Let's use repeaters. Oh wait, right, repeaters are just goated. I forgot about that. Okay. Let's use a lot of repeaters. So we don't have to use all this crazy redstone stuff. Does this work? Is my question. Does this power this? It does not. Does this power this? It does not. Well, we don't even need it to be this wide, right? We can just, with the power of repeaters. Right. Does this power this if we do it this way? This does not get powered, no. I'm so confused. Okay. So, if we place a block here, we can place a repeater right here and save some room. Yes, I think. And then we can power this block that way. How are we powering this? Right, with this. And then this block is powered by this block. No, this block is powered, and then this block powers this when it's extended. But we need it otherwise off. Wait. So it goes up, but then it goes back down. Meaning that somewhere in here, Okay. So that gives me an idea. Let's turn this down to all the way down and try to do this again. What happens? It goes up for a little bit. Okay. So that way, it does retrieve the other block. But it does not keep up. So we need to somehow send this signal only when it's going back down. My head hurts, dude. Can I please just like blow something up? Much better. Much better indeed. All right. What is... Okay. Obviously, something's happening here. This piston is powered when it goes back down. And it goes back here, it gets powered. This delay, caused by the repeater, keeps this on for a little bit, extending the piston. But then it turns off and immediately goes back. And when it goes back, it is delayed again because of this repeater, hence why it activates later and picks up the block. Okay. So what happens if we do it at different intervals? That's not enough. That is just enough to do this thing. That still makes no sense, man. All I want to do is change the course from here to up here. Okay. We need to keep this powered as this thing stays up. So we need to somehow detect when this piston has moved. And then that... Man, redstone's really like coding. Okay. Except much more confusing. Okay, right. Detector. Detects this block is moving. Powers this block. Again. To make sure that this torch is powered. Or detects this block. Cuts off the signal somehow. Comparator, maybe? Let's try using an observer. That's a dropper. Okay. Observer. Observes whatever is in front of it, right? So if we do this, what does it observe? It observes, okay, the face is the observation part. So we need to detect when this thing moves. And that will somehow, if it's fast enough, subtract the power signal of these redstone bits to make sure that is down to 0 when it reaches this. Right? I feel like this is all for naught, but I'm going to try it anyways. Okay. This is the level we want it to be at. It's not the direction. Remember when first discovering redstone, it was crazy. Okay. Comparator time, I think. It subtracts one signal and adds another, I think, is how this thing works, right? So let's see what happens now if we power this. Okay, it's staying. And when I... Ooh, I'm so close. I'm so close. Okay, we got the exciting part down. We got the functional part down. When we flick this lever, it will do this. The only hard part now is getting this back down. Right? Yeah. Probably extremely hard. Okay. Well, when we power this, let's see what happens. So this observer sends out a signal to this comparator, which... This does nothing. Okay. We accomplished nothing because all that happened, this redstone line got converted over here. Okay. We need to power this block. When we see this block moving, is that it? Because how it works right now is that it's powered by this lever, but it's delayed. I'm saying this out loud for myself, by the way. Okay, but when it goes back down... Let's watch that again. It is powered... This thing retracts, right? And then this piston is powered. Again. Now, why is it powered? Well, let's try removing this. See, now we got a problem. But as soon as we place this block here, it functions properly. Now let's try placing blocks around it. It works as intended. Now, if we place a torch here, so it is as soon as we delete this block that the mechanism stops working. This powers this block. It powers this block, which then powers the piston. It's the only logical conclusion I can come up with. But only when you've got the repeater at the right frequency. Otherwise, it just don't work. So if we place this torch here again, it's gonna also flick up for a second, but then go back down because of the repeater down there. Which means that this torch here and this block have to be separate. They cannot be the same line. Two different lines for two different purposes. Alright? I think that makes sense. This block has to be powered for this to retrieve its block. But it only retrieves the block above it. So what happens if it's like this instead? Interesting. This is how high it needs to be. What if we do this? Okay, so it looks like powering this block is worthless other than the torch idea. Because this block needs to be powered for this to retrieve this. Right? Which means that we don't have to worry about this block coming back. Unless we want to power this block as well. Will this work? I don't think it will. Probably won't. Oh? That is just because the torch... Yes, the torch is staying powered. None of this actually does anything down here. It powers this. So... yeah, none of this does anything. Let's remove this block. So this block is crucial. Putting this block here unpowers this piston. But because this block isn't powered like this one is, what if you place a redstone block here? What happens? I am curious. I see. Wait, so if we put a redstone block here and a sticky piston here, power this. Okay. Meaning that we could push a block of redstone right here into place when we need it to be here. Problem is, there's a block here that's needed. You move this block, and all of a sudden nothing works. Which means somehow we need to pull this from the side or something similar to that. And then somehow activate this block with this lever. Because if we do this, it works. You're right? So we need to power this block. Meaning that in reality, we actually need to do something like this. Interesting. Okay, we're almost there, I think. I think we can compact this design a bit. And maybe if we do this. Doesn't look like this repeater's activating. No. Right, because it needs a direct signal. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll do this because it's simpler. Let's try this. Maybe we make this one super slow. Oh, I think we just need this to be fast, right? Maybe make this one a bit slower as well. This redstone block is messing up this block. So let's watch that one more time. This needs to be pulled away faster than this one. Which should be happening. I don't understand, actually. So then this would need to retract, and then this would need to retract. Maybe stop this by a couple? No. Maybe this one's the problem. Something needs to be faster or slower. Let's try this manually. Alright? Retract this one. Yes, this is retracted. And then this is. That's what we need. But currently, they're retracted at the same time. Let's try making this slower. Or maybe a little bit faster. Okay. Maybe we need 2 repeaters here. Or maybe 2 repeaters here. Something like that? Then this thing doesn't get powered. Nor does this block. Let's make this super slow. See how that turns out. Okay, I think I see the problem here. This piston is deactivated as soon as this one turns away. So the piston below it let's flick this lever. The piston below is too fast. Yes. The piston below is too fast. This will probably not work. Almost. That did not work at all. Wait. Just make this super slow. See how it turns out. Something seriously wrong. I don't understand. This thing needs to be slower on the second time? Because if it's slower on the first time, it's not good enough. Even slower. And yet even slower. It's not even picking up the piston because this is powering it when this piston is trying to be picked up, right? Which would normally mean that we have to make this one faster. Which actually means we just make everything else a tiny bit slower, right? So close. I feel so close to it. I'm so close to the solution, dude. I know the problem, I just don't know how to fix it. This thing needs to be powered later than usual on return. Only problem is when I flick the lever, does it all... I need to test something. Let's use redstone lamp to help visualize things here. Grab this lever. Okay, so activate at the same time. Deactivate at the same time. Activate at the same time. Deactivate at the same time. Don't activate at the same time. Deactivate at a different time. Okay. That is good. That makes sense. Ah, this is hurting my brain. I need to get a drink. You knew Sunset Heights would have so much redstone. How am I so bad at double piston extenders? It can't be this hard. I don't understand. I need some redstoners in here. So how I fix this is I flick the lever and turn it off real fast. Which means that this has to turn on and off real fast. Right? Go up and back faster than this thing can. Or another fix I could do is just have it automatically do things. Okay, but first, I think we need to test out how the ride feels. Oops. Okay. Let's put on some rails. And we'll go down like normal, and then we'll go down through the rings. I know the track isn't complete yet on that, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so basically like right here, right? Now if we do the same thing but we flick the lever on the way, let's see what happens. We're too fast. Which means we can use deactivated rails to help us slow down. Slow down just enough to get on this thing, right? Let's try this. And then you get boosted from here and go through a bunch of... Yeah. Okay. I kind of like how this is. Then add another powered rail here, maybe. If this doesn't mess up the redstone. Which I don't think it will. Okay, let's try that again, but with that powered rail that time. Come on. Very cool. I like the concept here. There is one big problem with this design, and that's that when these things retract, it does not keep the rails with it. Which is fine, because they're not going back. You can't go back. Time to clip. I like clipping. It's funny. Oh, what? They fixed it? Lame. Let's test this out with a button, actually, see if there's any differences. I can only hope there is. Okay, button. Stone button and a wood button. Let's see the difference. Okay, now let's try the stone button. It's not fast enough on repeat. I feel like a lever is the best option. And I guess just have some sort of mechanism to activate this entire mechanism again once you press this lever. Right? Best thing I can think of. Like a redstone line that's put on a timer, and then it gets connected to all of this. Which should be essentially the same spot as the lever, which would be right here. Let's make it easier for ourselves. Okay. Redstone here. But make a little redstone clock over here, however you do that. And once the clock is finished, it will power this again. How long does the clock need to be? I'd say 8 ticks. I feel like that's enough for everything to get done. So it's not going to be very long clock. In fact, I probably shouldn't have made all this room, but it's fine, it's fine. And then put another repeater here, right? Maybe this will work. Who knows? And then this stays powered because of this, right? Yes. Okay. Well, we need a stone button, right? Let's put this all back where it was. Okay, so this activates this line, which activates this line. Does this line activate this repeater? It does not. That is good. Okay. This means that after about 8 ticks, let's make it a bit longer actually. And then it should power this again, right? Yes, but it's too quick. No. Wait, yeah, I think it's still a bit too fast. So let's extend this a bit longer. And then once it activates, it needs to quickly shut off. So it'll activate this piece of redstone. I think we could also power this piece of redstone which in turn will power this piece. Does this work? Oh, come on. Messing up things. Okay. Something seriously wrong again. Okay. Then this stays on forever. That's not what we wanted. What we wanted was for it to deactivate, which means we probably need a redstone torch right here. Right? This is the block we're trying to power, I think. Okay, well, let's just press the button and see what happens. Right. Okay. This redstone torch powers everything. So we want a torch beneath it to depower it. And then this line will power this. Does this work? Barely? The mechanism still works, but it doesn't go back down. Okay. So what happens to this signal down here then? Nothing, because we are not powering the correct block. Okay, let's see how this turns out. As soon as we put it back in order. Okay. It reactivates, but it doesn't deactivate after, which is what we wanted. What if we make it even slower? Will that change anything? Probably not. Yeah, that's what I thought. And after that, the button's useless. I love it when my redstone machines don't work, even with the most complicated of ideas that should work. Alright. It has been hours, and I'm still trying to fix this thing. Maybe I should look up a YouTube tutorial. That's what I should probably do. Ooh, maybe there's another block down here. Another one. And then what we do, this goes down a block and goes down another block like so. And then uses this one like one tick after. Let's see if this works. I really hope this works this time. Ugh! Nope, it's all worthless. It's all worthless. Okay, well, let's get it back to its original state, I suppose. So it was not like that. It was like this. What? What? What did I mess up now? Part of me just wants to give up. Okay, guys, that's the end of the stream. We need to continue. We need to continue. We need to continue. In with a fresh new mind from less than 30 seconds ago. Okay, so then, what do we need? We need a double piston extender. I'm looking it up, I don't care. Okay. Yeah? Okay.
Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple and dirt cheap vertical double piston extender. Now all you need is 2 sticky pistons, 1 observer, 1 repeater and 1 button. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and put the sticky pistons on top of each other.
Okay.
Put the redstone repeater facing into it.
Okay.
And then the observer facing the repeater. Put a block on top of the observer and there you go. If you now place the button behind the repeater and press it, you should have a fully functioning double piston extender. I'm going to show you again with a block on top. Perfect. It's just that simple. Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple
I am so confused right now. Yeah, we're just ending stream. I, I, I can't. I can't. We- we- We're ending stream. All right, who to raid? Okay. Ooh, we got options today. We've got options. Okay, you might hear me a couple times, because, muting does nothing. Okay, muting does nothing. So we could raid Swamos, who's playing Tamagotchi Life, or his wife May, who is doing more art stuff. I mean, I rated Swamos last time I streamed, I think, so... Yes! I'm doing that! Yes! I'm doing that! Yes! Because I'm wrapping it up right now! Because I'm wrapping it up right now! I can't! I can't! I can't! Okay. She's doing art. Be kind. I don't have much time left. She's doing art. Be kind. Don't know why we have to be so stressful about this. See y'all.